Welcome back to another day in the life of a consultant. You joined me early in the morning. Today we have quite a busy day. Work has picked up for me in recent weeks, hence a lack of videos. But from this week I'll be back on it. I'll also be posting a shortened version of this video on my Instagram and TikTok, so make sure that you follow me on there too. Links are in the description as ever. Back to this video, and I don't actually have that long before my train, so I need to hurry up. To clear up a few in-person comments from my last video, I have showered at this point and brushed my teeth. I just don't film it. In goes some hair wax or clay, I don't know. A little brush and then we're good to go. I packed my running gear because I plan to go for a run at lunch, and then it's time to leave. I get to the office at around 9 AM. When I go into the office, I usually get breakfast from Prep. My go-to is their porridge and a black Americano, but today it's only the coffee for me since I had oats at home just before leaving. I also picked up some crisps for a colleague. Yeah, best birthday present ever. After delivering the goods to said colleague, I actually get on with my job, so I review and reply to a few emails that came in late yesterday evening. I'm currently working on about 5 different projects, but as is the case with consulting, the workload for each of them will vary. It is nice to be busy now, but around January and February I did have a bit of a lull in terms of my workload, so when that happens, it's a good idea to ask around your company to see what work might be available in the future. My first task of the day is to do a bit of modelling work, because next week I'll be presenting my model to a client in a workshop. I'm both nervous and excited for this because it'll be my first time presenting in person to the client. The workshops that I've been part of so far have all been over Teams, so I'll be interested to see how things will run differently in person. But given that for this project I've quite a lot of responsibility, I think it'll be really useful for my development nonetheless. Okay, so after coming back from a meeting, I now change projects and start to work on the business case that I've mentioned about 500 times in my previous videos. There's actually quite a tight deadline for this one, and I've got a fair bit to do, so I work on it for the rest of the morning. I take a quick break to hydrate myself. Here is some water ASMR. Back to work now, and I pick up where I left off. I actually don't have any more meetings in the morning, so I'm free to just get on with project work. As mentioned before, I'm on a number of different projects, which means I'm quite utilised at the moment. I also have some annual leave coming up. I'm going to Amsterdam and then New York, so I want to get a lot of my work done ahead of time to make the handover for these projects as easy as possible. I do plan to film while I'm away. Both of those cities are so unique and fun, so I think I'll be able to get some really good content. But for now, we've still got a business case to write, so here I am doing exactly that. It's almost lunchtime, and I mentioned earlier that I'd be going on a run, so I fuel up for this by having 2 dates and then get going. So the reason as to why I didn't film much on that run was because, as you probably saw, I got absolutely soaked. I ran from the office, past Borough Market, across the river, onto Blackfriars, where it absolutely poured it down with rain. It was so bad that pedestrians were taking shelter under nearby buildings, meaning the only people on the roads were runners like myself or cars. Anyway, we got back in one piece, I showered, and then I had lunch with a few colleagues in the kitchen, which I didn't film. It's also about time that I had my second coffee of the day. This one was just from the coffee machine at work. When I work from home, I tend to just have one coffee, but the days I go into the office are particularly long, so I usually find myself needing a pick-me-up in the afternoon. I'm at my desk now and have one of these protein yogurts, which bang. In terms of project work, I now move on to some report writing for a different project. In consulting, reports usually get written once your report is completed or nearing completion. But not all projects actually require a final report, so if your project just produces a set of numbers, and if those numbers are the only thing the client is interested in, then there's little need for you to do a 50-page thesis on how you got your results. In your early career as a consultant, putting together reports is one of the more common tasks that you'll find yourself doing. and because of this you'll quickly get better at it. The afternoon flies by and it's just after 4 PM. I've managed to have quite a focused afternoon, only really breaking my workflow to attend meetings, reply to the odd email or to refill my water bottle. I finish about half the report and then switch back to the business case. I continue working on this until about 5:45 when a colleague comes over and tells me that there are some relocation drinks happening after work. So I wrap up work for the day and we head over to Mercato Metropolitano, which is a really cool food and drink market near Elephant and Castle. They have street food from all over the world, but today it was just a Diet Coke for me since it is cutting season. I leave the drinks at around 8 PM and make my way home. I finally get back at around 9:30. At this point I'm so tired I dump my stuff in my room and then get changed in something slightly more comfortable. I go to the bathroom to wash my face, and then after this I actually went downstairs to have dinner, which was just my standard chicken, veg and potatoes. Gotta do what you gotta do on a cut. I then make myself a protein shake and some yogurt with blueberries, and have just about enough energy to get a little gaming session in. I've recently been playing the new Star Wars Jedi Survivor game and it's honestly stunning. That's because last week I set up my new 27-inch LG monitor, link in the description. It makes games like this look unreal, and the bigger screen also helps my workflow since I've noticed I've got a lot quicker at Excel and my work in general since moving to a larger screen. I finish the rest of the protein shake and inhale the remainder of my yogurt before winding down for the night. I brush my teeth, wash my face, and that's it. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!